Hello everybody, this is the storybook teller right here. So today we're going to be reading Artemis Fowl, The Arctic Incident by Owen Colfer. This is the title page. Artemis Fowl, The Arctic Incident. Owen Colfer, Disney Hyperion, Los Angeles, New York. If you purchase this, that's not essential. The dedication is for Betty. Artemis Fowl, a psychological assessment from the teenage years by Professor J. Argan, Brotherhood of Psychologists, commissioned by the Lower Elements Police, or LEP. By the age of 13, our subject, Artemis Fowl, was displaying signs of an intellect greater than any human since Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. Artemis had beaten European chess champion Evan Khashoggi in an online tournament, patented more than 27 inventions, and won the architectural competition to design Dublin's new opera house. He had also written a computer program that diverted millions of dollars from Swiss accounts to his own, forged more than a dozen impressionist paintings that now hang in various galleries worldwide, and cheated the fairy people out of a substantial amount of gold. The question is, why? What drove Artemis to get involved? What drove Artemis to get involved in criminal enterprises? The answer lies with his father. Artemis Fowl Sr. was the head of a criminal empire that stretched from Dublin's docklands to the back streets of Tokyo. But he had ambitions to establish himself as a legitimate businessman. Artemis Fowl Sr. had bought a cargo ship, stocked it with 250,000 cans of cola, and set course for Murmansk in northern Russia, where he had arranged a business deal that could prove profitable for decades to come. Unfortunately, the Russian mafia decided they did not want an Irish tycoon cutting himself a slice of their market, and sank the Fowl Star in the Bay of Kola. Artemis Fowl I was declared missing, presumed dead. Artemis Jr. was now the head of an empire with limited funds. In order to restore the family fortune, he embarked on a criminal career that would earn him over £15 million in 2 short years. This vast fortune was mainly spent financing rescue expeditions to Russia. Artemis refused to believe that his father was dead, even though every passing day made it seem more likely. Artemis avoided other teenagers and resented being sent to school, preferring to spend his time plotting his next crime. So, even though his involvement with the Goblin Uprising during this year was to be traumatic, terrifying, and dangerous, it was probably the best thing that could have happened to him. At least he spent some time outdoors, and he got to meet some new people. It's a pity most of them were trying to kill him. Artemis Fowl, The Arctic Incident. Prologue. Murmansk, northern Russia, 2 years before. The two Russians huddled around a flaming barrel in a futile attempt to ward off the Arctic chill. The Gulf of Kola was not a place he wanted to be after September, especially not in Murmansk. In Murmansk, even the polar bears wore scarves. Nowhere was colder, except perhaps Norilsk. The men were mafia enforcers and were used to spending their evenings inside stolen BMWs. The large gangster, Mikhail Vasikin, checked the fake Rolex beneath the sleeve of his fur coat. "This thing could freeze up," he said, checking the divining bezel What am I going to do with it then? Stop your complaining, said the one called Kamar. It's your fault we're stuck outside in the first place. Vasikin paused. Pardon me? Our orders were simple. Sink the foul star. All you had to do was blow the cargo bay. It was a big enough ship, heaven knows. Blow the cargo bay and down she goes. But no, the great Vasikin hits the stern. Not even a backup rocket to finish the job. So now we have to search for survivors. She sank, didn't she? Kamar shrugged. So what? She sank slowly. Plenty of time for the passengers to grab onto something. Vasikin, the famous sharpshooter. My grandmother could shoot better. Lyumkin, the mafia's man on the docks, approached before the discussion could develop into an all-out brawl. How are things? Asked the bear-like Yakut. Vasikin spat over the clay wall. What do you think? How do you think? Did you find anything? Dead fish and broken crates, said the Yakut, offering both enforcers a steaming mug. Nothing alive. It's been over 8 hours now. I have good men searching all the way down to Green Cape. Kamar drank deeply, then spat in disgust. What is this stuff? Pitch? Lyumkin laughed. Hot cola from the foul star. It's coming ashore by the crate load. Tonight we are truly on the Bay of Cola. Be warned, said Vasikin, smelling the liquid into the snow. This weather is souring my temper. So no more terrible jokes. It's enough that I have to listen to Kamar. Not for much longer, muttered his partner. One more sweep and we call off the search. Nothing could survive these waters for 8 hours. Vasikin held out his empty cup. Don't you have something stronger? I know you always keep a flask hidden somewhere. Lyumkin reached for his hip pocket, but stopped when the walkie-talkie on his belt began to emit static. 3 short bursts. 3 squawks? That's the signal. The signal for what? Lyumkin hurried down the docks, shouting back over his shoulder. 3 squawks on the radio. It means that the K9 unit has found someone. The survivor was not Russian. That much was obvious from his clothes. Everything from the Gore-Tex boots to the leather overcoat had obviously been purchased in Western Europe, perhaps even America. They were tailored to fit and made from the highest quality material. Though the man's clothes were relatively intact, his body had not fared so well. His bare hands were mottled with frostbite. One leg had been snapped below the knee, and his face was a horrific mask of burns. A search crew had carried him from a ravine 3 clicks south of the harbor on a makeshift tarpaulin stretcher. The men crowded around their prize, stamping their feet against the cold that invaded their boots. Vasikin elbowed his way through the gathering, kneeling for a closer look. He'll lose the leg for sure, he noted. A couple of fingers, too. The face doesn't look too good either. Thank you, Dr. Mikhail, commented Kamar dryly. Any ID? Vasikin conducted a quick thief's search. Wallet and watch. Nothing. That's odd. You'd think a rich man like this would have some personal effects, wouldn't you? Kamar nodded. Yes, I would. He turned to the circle of men. 10 seconds. Then there'll be trouble. Keep the currency. I need everything else. The sailors considered it. The man was not big, but he was Mafia, the Russian organized crime syndicate. Another wallet sailed over the crowd, skidding into a dip in the tarpaulin. Moments later, it was joined by a Cartier chronograph, gold with diamond studding, worth 5 years of an average Russian's wages. Wise choice, said Kamar, scooping up the treasure trove. Well, asked Vasikin, do we keep him? Kamar pulled a platinum Visa card from the kid's skin wallet, checking the name. Oh, we keep him, he replied, activating his cell phone. We keep him and put some blankets over him. The way our luck's going, he'll catch pneumonia. And believe me, we don't want anything to happen to this man. He's our ticket to the big time. Kamar was getting excited. This was completely out of character for him. Vasquez clambered to his feet. Who are you calling? Who is this guy? Kamar picked a number from his speed dial menu. I'm calling Britva. Who do you think I'm calling? Vasquez paled. Even calling the boss was dangerous. Britva was well known for shooting the bearers of bad news. It's good news, right? You're calling with good news? Kamar flipped the visa at his partner. Read that. Vasquez studied the card for several moments. I don't read Engliski. What does it say? What's the name? Kamar told him. A slow smile spread across Mikhail's face. Make the call, he said. That is the end of the prologue, and I will stop this video there. So, the next video will be chapter 1. Goodbye, everybody. See you soon.